Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
Accusations of broken promises and lies. We're just 2 days away from Election Day, and the Democratic runoff race for Bexar County Precinct 1 Commissioner has been heated, to say the least. Our Daniela Ibarra explains the candidates stand by their claims.
They're hard to miss. The faces of the two women in the Democratic runoff for Bexar County Precinct 1 Commissioner plastered on signs all over Southwest Bexar County. Even with the political pushback, incumbent Commissioner Rebecca Clay Flores has no doubt she'll keep her seat.
I have run a clean campaign on my record. Fortunately, my opponent has decided to put misinformation out there and try to mislead the constituents because she does not have a platform.
What Clay Flores calls misinformation is what her opponent, Dr. Amanda Gonzalez, says is exposing lies.
It's been, just deceiving the public at its finest.
In a since-deleted Instagram post, Clay Flores highlighted endorsements, including one from Somerset Mayor Lydia Hernandez. Hernandez tells KSAT she supports Clay Flores, but didn't endorse her.
Where do you think this miscommunication happened? Or do you think it was a miscommunication?
It was not a miscommunication. She's putting misinformation out there. You would have to ask her why.
Hernandez says she wants to stay, quote, neutral in local political disputes to avoid potential repercussions. These mailers sent out by Clay Flores' campaign have raised more issues. The commissioner claims to have voted to approve 64 new deputy sheriff positions.
No, and I'd like to state why.
The Deputy Sheriff's Association of Bexar County says her votes contradict that.
I stand by it. I am proud of it. I have facts of when I voted for what. I have supported law enforcement, and I'm proud of my record.
The commissioner says she helped establish a new substation in Northwest Bexar County. It's a temporary facility out on Tally Road in Alamo Ranch. The Deputy Sheriff's Association says the facility isn't comparable to a full-fledged substation. It's why Gonzalez filed a complaint with the Texas Ethics Commission against Clay Flores.
What do you hope comes out of this complaint?
Well, I hope that, once and for all, it allows her to make a statement, and I urge her to make a statement to clarify that what she is printing in her mailers is incorrect.
What do you think about that?
I think it's pretty ridiculous. I am certain that they will investigate and dismiss it because it has no means.
If someone's going to be listening to this and say, well, it's the week before Election Day, you're trying to win this seat, is this just for show?
No, it's not just for show. The one thing that I say is that do your homework when it comes to her voting record.
Back in November, Clay Flores got over 46% of the vote and Gonzalez had 20%. Both candidates are highly educated and have worked with nonprofits. Now, just a reminder, Election Day is Tuesday.
Yeah, there's a lot going on before that. And Danielle, about that complaint, how soon could the candidates hear back about that?
Well, it's kind of hard to tell. There's a process that they have to go through with checks and balances, but both the candidates told me that they think it'll happen this week, but probably after Election Day.
Okay, good to know. Thank you so much for your report, Daniela. Well, that race in District 1 is just one of several that will be decided come Tuesday. To find out more about the runoff elections, just scan the QR code right there on your screen. The KSAT Vote 2024 webpage is full of helpful information like polling places, sample ballots, and more. And don't forget, KSAT will also live stream a special runoff election show online after the news at 6 ends on Tuesday night. So tune in to any of our streaming platforms for that.
All right, switching gears and heading outside with live cam tonight. Mostly clear skies in place after we had some morning cloud cover that was a bit stubborn to break up this afternoon. But once it did, we saw plenty of sunshine, and it was another unseasonably hot day across south central Texas. Speaking of which, let's get you a look at the almanac data for today. 97 degrees was our official high temperature. That is well above the average for this time of year of 89. 3 degrees shy of the record of 100, by the way, that was set back in the 1980s. We are not finished with this excessive heat. Into Memorial Day, know that it is going to be another hot and humid one, topping off near the century mark, feeling even hotter. But this time, we're going to introduce an isolated storm chance by Monday evening and into Monday night. After that, temperatures, while still hotter than average, not nearly as bad as what we've seen the past couple of days. Back in the the mid-90s as early as Tuesday, and we'll keep those daily isolated storm chances going throughout the upcoming work week. So we're going to time it all out to get you an hour-by-hour look at that Memorial Day forecast coming up in just a few, Courtney.
All right, thank you, Mia. And that early arrival of this extreme heat means cooling centers all over San Antonio had to pop up quick. Places like libraries, senior centers, and park community centers are all places people can go to cool off during regular hours, and more cooling centers will be open tomorrow for Memorial Day. For a link to that list of locations and more warm weather resources, just scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen right there. And while we might be dodging blazing hot weather in South Texas, there is a lot of good news to report. Despite the heat, the Texas A&M Forest Service website shows there are 0 active wildfires burning in the entire state on the first extreme heat wave of the year. Great news. But to keep it this way, there are some things you can do to prevent sparking those unnecessary fires. That is properly disposing of cigarettes and matches. Do not park cars on dry grass. Don't let chains hang from the back of your car or truck, and do not mow dry grass. Now to the true meaning of Memorial Day. It is a time to honor and mourn the military lives lost fighting for our freedom. That was the central message at a gathering tonight at the VFW Post 76 downtown. The oldest post in Texas welcomed military members and veterans and their families to remember the sacrifice so many brave servicemen and women have made for this country. Mayor Ron Nirenberg was the event's special guest. We caught up with him afterwards and asked him why this day is so special in San Antonio.
Our most sacred obligation, especially in this community, is to honor the families who serve. And on a weekend of Memorial Day, that's a obligation that is recognized across the country. It just so happens that here in San Antonio, it's every day of the week.
And we want to see how you are spending your Memorial Day. Do you have a family member you'd like to honor? Maybe you're visiting a military cemetery or volunteering. Whatever it is, we want to see it. Hop on KSAT Connect and submit your pictures. We might just show them on air tomorrow. Just scan this QR code to learn how.
I mean, it's like a punch to the stomach, really. I mean, this is my community. I know people that work here, and I see them every day.
That North Texas man is just one of the many people starting to pick up the pieces after a deadly storm system tore through parts of Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas overnight. At least 15 people across 3 states are dead, 7 of them here in Cook County, Texas, including 2 children. That video, just a small snapshot of the immense damage left behind by a tornado about an hour north of Dallas. ABC's Daria Albinger shows us the aftermath as that storm system now heads east.
As a powerful tornado moved through Valley View, Texas, dozens of people sought shelter inside this travel center.
The minute we got inside, saw everybody, and the whole room it exploded just that fast.
You realize that this thing is way bigger than you. It humbles you. It makes you realize how powerful nature can be.
Thankfully, no one was injured.
It truly is a miracle that everybody made it through the devastation that destroyed that gas station, that they made it out alive.
The governor said hundreds of homes and structures were damaged or destroyed. 106 counties across Texas now under disaster declarations.
The car is shaking.
Valenia Gill and her friend Brenda Proctor were driving home when they heard tornado warnings on the road they were on. They exited the highway but found themselves right in the path of the tornado.
Cover your head. Cover your head.
In Pryor, Oklahoma, this video captured lightning and a possible tornado. Not far away, severe weather blew out windows, brought down power lines, and damaged numerous structures. In Rogers, Arkansas, power lines tore down by the storm, businesses destroyed, residents pitching in to remove some of the fallen trees. Over in Decatur, homes reduced to a pile of debris. The threat for severe weather continues to shift to the east, with storms forecast to hit parts of the Mississippi, Ohio, and Tennessee valleys through the evening. Millions of Americans facing the threat of damaging winds, large hail, and possibly strong tornadoes. All this as millions of Americans are breaking travel records this Memorial Day weekend. There have been nearly 30,000 flight delays and cancellations since the holiday weekend kicked off on Thursday, many of them blamed on the weather. Daria Albinger, ABC News, New York.
Now to the Texas coast, strong rip currents have left two families dealing with a tragedy of their own after separate drowning incidents over the weekend. Galveston Island Beach Patrol says a 26-year-old man drowned Saturday afternoon and a 19-year-old woman drowned early this morning, both taken underwater by those strong rip currents. This weekend has been busy for first responders on the island. Officials say Beach Patrol took 4,300 preventative actions on just Saturday alone. That includes things like moving people away from danger, finding lost children, responding to medical calls, and rescuing people from the water. Well, the church under the bridge here in San Antonio got a special treat today. Staff from Panaderia and Alamo Biscuit Company came to serve their delicious food today in an effort to support San Antonio Church of Hope. The organization feeds those experiencing homelessness and brings church to them. The restaurants donated more than 150 hot meals for those in need at the UTSA downtown campus student parking lot under the bridge. The Church of Hope offers meals every Sunday, typically with a different menu each week.
We can do a little bit to show them the love of God and that God cares for them. We care for them. The community cares for them. You know, we hope that they can also want to change their lives.
That board member grateful for Panaderia and Alamo Biscuit Company owner John Valle, who confirmed his staff will now be joining the effort every month. Music to the ears of those board members who say they always need new volunteers. Any community members interested in helping, you can reach out to them or even just show up on a Sunday. The change is now in place after KSAT captured footage of a convicted sex offender standing in a city park as investigators search for a missing woman and her son. Why was he allowed to be there, and what is being done to stop this from happening again? KSAT investigates in about 20 minutes. And a New Braunfels man is making rounds on the internet for taking a mundane task and turning it into art. We visit his driveway studio to learn how his skills are taking him to places he could never have imagined. Mowing the lawn and power washing around the house are typically long weekend activities, but as the night team's Avery Everett shows us, one man in New Braunfels is using this time to turn dirty surfaces into something special, and his artwork is taking social media by storm.
Now you're in the groove.
Yeah.
Every artist has a style, and Sam Ward says he likes to make his art in the mundane.
I don't like to paint. I don't like color.
There's no brush and no paint needed for this project. Just his trusty old power washer.
The red one is your sharp pencil.
This is less about the cleaning and more about the creativity.
One of my wife's favorite jokes is, hey, can you actually go do some cleaning with one of those?
As his canvas is this concrete, and his mission is to create something beautiful.
How intricate can you go with the details?
You know, I can go pretty intricate.
He's created more than 100 designs, all using different surfaces.
I have different folks who kind of donate their dirty driveways.
But his neighbors in New Braunfels aren't the only ones watching.
Just some B-roll.
As millions of people tune in through social media to see his artwork every week.
So far we've got the cat. I've had some really interesting opportunities that I could have never expected.
This work has taken him across the world.
I mean, could you have imagined that you'd go to Chicago or Orlando for that?
Listen,
for this?
I couldn't have imagined that people would have paid me money to do this.
But home is where the heart is.
Do you like to draw like your dad does?
A lot. I have a lot of drawings in my room.
And home is where his art is.
Do you like coloring at the end?
Yeah.
As Ward fills in these final details, his driveway is now full of designs.
It's all been so spontaneous.
But he says his work as a power washing artist is far from ever being finished.
All right, we'll call that done. How about that? Work for y'all?
I love it.
Avery Everett.
Now you're going to have a little piece of KSAT with you for, what, the next 4 to 6 months?
Yeah, 4 to 6 months or something.
KSAT 12 News.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
We need to make that our official logo. That design is incredible.
I want to know how long it took him to do that.
I'm really glad they waited to tell us till the end because I'm so surprised when I got to see that.
That is so neat. And the fact that the kiddos
I
are starting
know.
to be inspired too.
Yes. And
behind all of that.
The donation of the dirty driveway was our favorite. We both.
I have a dirty driveway that I
Please,
am willing
can we
to
be next?
donate.
Can we be next? We're down. I can donate that for art's sake.
For art's sake, exactly. Well, hey, hopefully while they were out there today, I know Avery was talking to me earlier. She's like, Mia, I needed to bring my sunscreen today because it was outside. It was so hot. And we've got another hot one on tap into Memorial Day tomorrow. So all those heat safety things that you have been doing this weekend, please continue to do them into our Memorial Day, especially if you're headed out to go honor those as well. Right. Speaking of which, let's take a look at high temperatures today. Since midnight, 97 was our official high temperature here in San Antonio. We were 3 degrees shy of a record in the Alamo City. But check out Del Rio, 112 degrees today. That once again breaks the existing record over there in southern Valverde County of 106 that was set back in 2018. So yes, it was a toasty Sunday across south central Texas. Temperature-wise, we're trying to get those to come down just a little bit more. Upper 80s right now here in San Antonio. Del Rio, though, still at 97. It's 86 in Rock Springs, 84 out east in Gonzales. Here's the thing. Into tomorrow, we are expecting a triple-digit reading here in the Alamo City, a forecast high right around the century mark. And then after that, a few changes work in. Not as hot, but it is still warmer than average. Forecast highs pointed around the mid-90s. So let's go ahead and talk all about it. Here's a look at about 4 to 5 p.m. tomorrow, what those thermometers are expected to look like. Triple digits for many of us, maybe a few upper 90s, very close to 100 degrees for places like Converse, Seguin, Bulverde, even Bernie. If we see some more morning cloud cover that's stubborn to break up, a few more upper 90s possible, but with the sunshine expected to return, that's going to help those temperatures crank right back up. Here's the thing. We're still expecting more humidity in place tomorrow. You can just feel that moisture whenever you do step outside. So because of that, heat index values, what it feels like to your body when you step outdoors, likely going to approach that 110 to even 115 degree range in many locations. So please continue to stay hydrated if you are planning on heading out tomorrow as well. Here's what that translates to on your KSAT 12-hour forecast. By the way, morning cloud cover is expected to build back in because of the humidity. Temperatures are going to start off pretty similar to what we've seen the past several mornings, upper 70s by 7 a.m. At lunchtime, a few peaks of sunshine expected to return, temperatures climbing into the upper 80s at noon. And then there's that forecast high of 100 degrees. Notice this time we will introduce an isolated storm chance by Monday evening and into Monday night. Let's talk about that. Right now, not a whole lot going on across the state of Texas, but there is a weak front that's now crossing over the Red River. That's all attached to this area of low pressure that's approaching the Great Lakes region. You can see a few different batches of severe weather well east of us. One moving closer to the Ohio River Valley, another batch of severe weather near the mid-Atlantic states. That's going to continue to work its way farther off to the east. High pressure is still in control for the most part, but as this boundary continues to work into central Texas, we also see some pieces of upper level energy work in over the next couple of days. That's what could help spark a few isolated storms. So your futurecast tomorrow at noon still have some cloud cover, but a few peaks of sunshine expected to break through in between about 5 p.m. to 11 p.m., especially the farther west that you go and then across portions of the hill country. We've got about a 30% potential for a few isolated storms. It's not going to be for everybody, but for those that do tap into a storm, it's possible it could become strong to severe, capable of gusty winds, potentially some hail, heavy rainfall, and lightning. So that's going to be something to check back in on as we monitor that tomorrow evening. After that, just isolated storm chances throughout the remainder of the week and highs back down in the mid-90s. By the way, Courtney, coming up in the next half hour, we're going to take a look at how some area reservoirs and lakes are doing, with a lot of people kind of heading out this Memorial Day weekend.
Yep, it is toasty out there. So
yes.
We'll have to look at those levels. Thank you so much, Mia. We'll take a look at instant replay right after the break. Winners of 3 straight games, the San Antonio Brahmas are the team to beat in the XFL conference. Now they're preparing for their regular season finale before the playoffs begin. For more of what's on Instant Replay, here's Larry Ramirez. Them beating that #1 team, that was incredible.
That was very exciting.
Yes.
Hopefully they don't have a letdown now heading into the regular season finale, because we've seen it happen before, right? So the Brahmas are getting ready to play the Battlehawks to close out the regular season, and then again for the XFL Championship coming up tonight on Instant Replay.
Credit to Birmingham, not losing a game for 2 years. I mean, what an accomplishment that's been. But our team stepped up.
The San Antonio Brahmas beat the Birmingham Stallions 18-9, handing them their first loss of the season. The Brahmas' top-scoring defense held the UFL's top-scoring offense to its lowest point total this season, and the Brahmas got quarterback Chase Garbers back from injury. How did he do in his return? He'll tell you.
But not only that, us being ahead, it's about getting these younger guys up to our speed so we can make sure that we hit training camp with everybody taking that next step to make sure, as you said, when we hit the fall, when we hit game 1, that we're full speed.
Both the Dallas Cowboys and Houston Texans will hold organized team activities again this week as both sides integrate their rookies and get ready for mini camp. How does Dak Prescott feel about other Dallas area pro teams having playoff success, and which Texans defender feels joining the AFC South squad was meant to be?
Fly ball into center field. It's drilled. It's gone. We're tied.
The NCAA Division I softball tournament, Austin Super Regional between #1 Texas, #16 Texas A&M was must-see sports TV. The Aggies won Game 1. The Horns fought back to win Game 2 to force a win-or-go-home Game 3 today. Who walked away smiling? Horns up or gig 'em? Plus, OLU softball is looking good in the World Series. And which Dallas team is most likely to win a league championship next? The Rangers, Mavs, Stars, or Cowboys? That's our poll question tonight. And we're asking that in response to Dak Prescott talking about Dallas area pro teams. That and much more coming up on Instant Replay.
It is a fun time to be a Dallas sports fan.
It really is, right?
Come on, it's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Larry. We'll be right back after this. A convicted sex offender escorted into a city park by sheriff's personnel during a search for a missing mother and her 3-year-old son. After KSAT Investigates Dylan Collier asked how this could happen, BCSO made moves to tighten access at these scenes.
Earlier this month, Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar provided a minute-by-minute timeline of the search for Savannah Krieger and her 3-year-old son, Caden.
At 3:19 p.m., Savannah's call history log shows another attempt to FaceTime her ex-husband.
A March 19th Amber Alert lasted just hours as mom and child were found dead in a drainage ditch at the back of Tom Slick Park. Investigators contend Krieger shot her son and then herself. Footage from that tragic scene included images of this man, 31-year-old Javier Lopez, seen unloading a vehicle near BCSO's mobile command unit and standing just feet away as family members wept in each other's arms. Lopez is a sex offender, convicted in 2021 of committing sex crimes on an unconscious man. Lopez was sentenced to 8 years probation in early 2022 in order to register as a sex offender for the rest of his life. He was then rearrested in the spring of last year, according to court records, after failing to comply with requirements of his community supervision and instructions for a sex offender treatment program. A judge last June allowed Lopez to stay out of prison and remain on probation. Late last year, Lopez and another man, Xavier Gonzalez, filed paperwork with the county to do business as statewide emergency response team, a listed nonprofit that provides water, sports drinks, and even bathroom facilities for first responders at fires, standoffs, and searches. Records show the men withdrew the DBA less than a month later. Gonzalez refiled DBA paperwork as sole owner of the group. That same day, Lopez filed a DBA under the name Fire Scene Rehab, which was already a subsidiary of this San Antonio First Responder Services group owned by someone else. Owner Bobby Briggs telling KSAT Lopez used to work there before Briggs let him go after Lopez tried to, quote, push himself on 4 minor volunteers. Active business records or not, statewide emergency response team remained in operation throughout the spring. posting photos on social media from a major accident, a shooting, and even from Oyster Bake. KSAT attempted to track down Lopez at the group's West Side business address. We found a yard full of equipment with the statewide emergency response team logo on it. As we gathered footage, a man walked up and said he could reach Lopez on the phone.
Hi, this is Dylan with KSAT 12. You were convicted of sexual assault. What are you doing at these scenes with law enforcement?
Lopez acknowledged being at the Krieger scene, but said his sex offender stipulations don't restrict him from being around children or at parks, since his crime wasn't committed against a child. Even though the state's registry itself does not ban sex offenders from city parks, a San Antonio city ordinance in place since 2014 does. It prohibits anyone on the sex offender registry from entering a city park or from being within 300 feet of one. A person violating the ordinance can be cited with a Class C misdemeanor. Lopez said he believes the agencies he provided rehab work for knew about his background and that he stopped his affiliation with statewide emergency response team a few weeks before our phone call took place. Reached for comment, the group's other listed owner, Gonzalez, told us he would like to formally sit down and discuss this matter. He then failed to do so before the deadline for this story, despite several follow-up emails from us. After KSAT asked the sheriff's office how Lopez got access to the Krieger search scene, a spokeswoman said statewide emergency response team arrived at the park unannounced and offered resources, but that they were restricted to the outer perimeter only. Quote, moving forward, all requests for assistance will be routed through BCSO dispatch and handled by the Bexar County Office of Emergency Management only. For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
Now, the Bexar County District Attorney's Office confirms it opposed Lopez getting deferred adjudication and instead asked that his cap punishment be at 8 years in prison. The judge ultimately ordered Lopez to serve those 8 years on community supervision. Lopez denied taking part in any illegal activity involving minors while working for Briggs' first responder rehab group. He has not faced any criminal charges for entering Tom Slick Park. Coming up, you may have heard of the pregnancy condition preeclampsia, but do you know what it is? A woman who almost died from it shares the importance of knowing the symptoms and advocating for yourself. Her story coming up after the break. It is a dangerous pregnancy condition that happens towards the end of a pregnancy, but learning to spot the early signs of preeclampsia could save a woman's life. I spoke to a new mom with an extreme case of preeclampsia who is sharing her story of tragedy and hope to educate other women. A warning, this story does include conversations about pregnancy loss.
She's literally the light of our lives, and she came into our lives at such a dark place for me.
Alexia Washington's beautiful, healthy daughter is 3 months old, but it was her first pregnancy that cast that dark shadow. It started in 2022, around her third trimester, when she noticed some swelling.
My face was massive, like I was so swollen in the face, and my blood pressure was really high.
She was diagnosed with preeclampsia, a pregnancy condition marked by high blood pressure. Other signs include extreme swelling, especially in the face and hands, major headaches, pain in your abdomen or shoulder, and even vision changes. In extreme cases, like Washington's, it can cause organ failure and seizures.
They had told us we had lost our son. The doctor said that she believed I had an abruption from my blood pressure being so high.
After a devastating C-section at 31 weeks, doctors realized much more damage had been caused.
I coded, so I had to be resuscitated.
Her liver was bleeding. She was in respiratory and kidney failure. Miraculously, she survived after over a month in the ICU. While most cases are far more mild, she wants other women to know about preeclampsia.
We know one of the main concerns is someone doesn't realize that they have these symptoms because they don't know what it is.
Absolutely. One of the main reasons we have prenatal care is to identify preeclampsia.
Dr. Ramsey is the maternal fetal medicine director at University Health System and UT Health San Antonio. He's actually on vacation right now, but felt the subject was so important, he jumped on Zoom with us. He took on Washington as a patient when she unexpectedly became pregnant again just a year later.
My previous doctor had told me to never have kids because obviously with the rarity of this, they don't know if it could come back.
Ramsey said most second pregnancies carry lower risk of preeclampsia, but those who have had severe cases can still do it, just having their progress tracked closely and taking preventive measures.
We do know that the use of baby aspirin in pregnancy can reduce the risk for preeclampsia.
Washington never missed a dose, and her preeclampsia never returned.
So we are definitely very blessed this time.
And she hopes that blessing will offer hope to others.
Such a beautiful baby and a beautiful family altogether. Washington and Ramsey are also pushing for doctors and specialists to make sure they educate their patients about preeclampsia early in the pregnancy so they know what to look for.
A beautiful baby indeed. Oh my goodness. All right, let's head back outside with live cam here in the Alamo City. Temperatures trying to come down ever so slightly, still in the muggy and warm upper 80s right now here in San Antonio. So we had clearer skies around sunset, but we still had a beautiful sunset. Take a look at these colors sent in from Marcelo. You'll notice, and what you've likely noticed over the past several days, still a haze in the air thanks to the smoke that's moving through from the agricultural burning that's happening in Mexico. Right now around San Antonio and for areas in orange, the air quality is still unhealthy for those with sensitive respiratory system. Gets a little bit better closer to the Rio Grande and then across parts of the coastal plains, but I do anticipate a little bit of that haze still lingering around into Memorial Day. So we'll have that plus more heat to talk about after the break.
Looking to purchase a big ticket item? Well, a lot of stores have huge sales during holiday weekends, and a few are right around the corner. Of course, Memorial Day weekend is here, plus July 4th and Labor Day aren't far away. So when is the best time to buy? ABC's Tim Pulliam tells us how you can save.
Record high prices caused by inflation are making it difficult for some Americans to buy big ticket items, but you can find good deals.
One of the best ways to save money is to plan your purchases, especially your big purchases, around 3-day weekends. They offer some of the best opportunities for saving.
Experts say to strategize now to take advantage of upcoming sales.
Memorial Day is really known for its great deals on TVs and appliances. So that includes things like washing machines, refrigerators, but then also smaller ones like coffee makers or vacuum cleaners.
It's also a great time to buy furniture.
So the theme is that it's all about home items as people gear up to spend time at home over the summer.
July 4th is another opportunity to get discounts.
Outdoor furniture is big for July 4th weekend. Also, we see some indoor furniture and appliances, especially summer type appliances, things that allow you to take advantage of the outdoors, your patio, that kind of thing.
But don't wait for July 4th if you see a great deal.
I don't think you can go wrong buying your outdoor furniture on Memorial Day. I wouldn't want to tell anyone to wait.
And then towards the end of the summer, we'll see Labor Day sales.
What really jumps out for Labor Day is mattresses. So if you are in the market for a new mattress, you do want to try to wait until Labor Day. We also see furniture, electronics, generally speaking, and then appliances.
Great deals will also come around on Black Friday and Cyber Monday if you're able to wait. But before you buy, experts suggest you think about what you need to purchase.
You want to start researching exactly the model and make that you want before the sale comes around. So then when you see the price drop, you can make your purchase.
Tim Pulliam, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Whether you're going out to snag some of those deals tomorrow, or maybe you're planning on beating the heat at some of our area lakes and reservoirs. Did want to go ahead and give you an update on those levels this weekend. Canyon Lake, at least out of some of those bodies of water locally, is doing the best at about 58% full, but it's still 23 feet below the conservation pool. We know Medina Lake desperately needs rain, only registering at 2.6% full. Choke Canyon at about 22.5%. Lake Buchanan, north of our area, doing a bit better at 75% full. Take the sunscreen with you for any plans that you may have tomorrow. The UV index is once again expected to be extreme, which means for skin without sunscreen that's not properly protected, it only takes 10 minutes to start developing a sunburn. Also keep the water bottle handy. More triple digits in store more as we look ahead to tomorrow as well. And then after that, again, the humidity is still going to be pretty elevated. Feels like temperatures topping off in the 110 to 115 degree range. So here's once again what that looks like on your KSAT 12-hour forecast, starting off in the muggy upper 70s. With the cloud cover in place, do anticipate a few breaks in the clouds, though, for any lunchtime plans. You can see we're already in the low 90s by 1 p.m. There's that forecast high pointed around 100. With those heat index values so high and elevated, we do have heat alerts that have already been issued for the vast majority of our area. Big takeaway, it's going to be excessively hot everywhere. This pink color, excessive heat warnings with those feels like temperatures up to 115. Heat advisories for counties in orange, even out west near the Rio Grande, where those heat index values could climb up to about 112. So bottom line, just know that in some cases it'll be dangerously hot out there again for our Monday, and well above average for this time of year. For context, our average is 89, doing a little bit better by Tuesday, Wednesday, and even into the second half of the upcoming work week, but it is still going to be warmer than the average, with high temperatures topping off in the mid-90s. We'll also be monitoring for a few isolated storm chances. Again, tomorrow the window is in between about 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. So by 7 a.m. you can see on your futurecast there's that morning cloud cover that's building back in thanks to the humidity in place. For lunchtime plans, starting to see a few peaks of sunshine return, and then notice by that time frame around dinner time, especially out west near Del Rio, Eagle Pass, close to the Rio Grande. We'll also be keeping eyes on the hill country as well. A few isolated thunderstorms will be possible, that generally trying to work eastward throughout Monday evening. It is also worth noting that a good portion of our area is included in that low end 1 out of 5 risk to find an isolated severe thunderstorm. If that is the case, we would be monitoring for some gusty winds and hail. It's the exception rather than the rule, but of course we'll continue to keep you posted on that. Temperatures in the mid-90s and isolated storm chances continuing throughout the remainder of the week. Courtney.
Any rain chances we'll take right now.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks, Mia. A post-apocalyptic action thriller and an animated family film duked it out at the weekend box office. David Daniel has the early Sunday estimates for the top 5 movies in theaters after the break.
That's me, Colt Sievers, and this is my hero's journey.
The Fall Guy landed in 5th place, earning $5.9 million. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes took in $13.4 million for a 4th place finish. If went from 1st to 3rd, grossing $16.1 million.
You don't have a home, do you?
The Garfield movie opened in 2nd place, gobbling up $24.8 million.
Only one thing's gonna do that for you. Not hope. Hate.
Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, debuted with $25.6 million. Well below expectations, but enough to win the weekend. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, the Austin Super Regional between number 1 Texas and number 16 A&M was a wild 3-game series, and the Dallas Mavericks were home tonight hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves. For a preview of what's on instant replay, here's Larry Ramirez.
All right, so the Timberwolves have absolutely no answer for Luka and Kyrie. Dallas won Game 1 and Game 2 at Minnesota by a combined total of 4 points before the Western Conference Finals moved to Dallas, coming up tonight on instant replay.
Gobert is out there. Doncic maneuvers for the lead. Got it!
What an ending in Game 2. Despite a long list of injuries, including left ankle soreness and a right knee sprain, Mavericks guard Luka Doncic is leading the Western Conference Finals at 32.5 points per game entering Game 3. So what did Luka do tonight as the 5th-seeded Mavs looked atop the 3rd-seeded Timberwolves while trying to take a commanding 3-0 series lead?
Not going to go away easily.
Blast one. No chance for Dayton to even move.
It all came down to one game between the Longhorns and Aggies, with the Game 3 winner advancing to the College World Series. Texas A&M took Game 1 at the Austin Super Regional. Texas rebounded with a thrilling extra inning win in Game 2 to force decisive Game 3 tonight with a trip to Oklahoma City on the line. The San Antonio Brahmas are number 1 in the XFL conference. It was a good day for both the Rangers and Astros, and our newest Scholar Athlete of the Week is from Incarnate High School. And the Indy 500 saw a white knuckle finish that involved the San Antonio driver? Unbelievable. That and much more tonight on Instant Replay.
There are lots of crazy finishes in a lot of these sports.
Indeed.
You got it jam-packed.
Yeah, we do.
All right. Thank you, Larry. We'll be right back after this.